everybody. Welcome to the show. Hi, friends, old and new. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Creative Visions TV, and I'm your host, Karen Dahlman, and this is my board partner, Rodney. Hi, Rodney.
Hi.
Thank you for being here, Rodney. Thanks for joining us. Great to have you.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. I got a question for you.
Okay, let's do questions.
You've had a number of successful board partners, and you and I do really, really well together, but we've seen that. We know that. But that's all I know. What goes into creating a good board partner?
That's a good question. And also along those lines, what makes the constitution of a good board partner? So creating one, making the constitution of one, but also how do you choose them, probably?
See?
Okay.
See? That's why I asked you.
Well, I think first, the person having interest in this with you, you're going to have more success because the person who wants to do this, it's, you know, the energy's already there, their focus and tension's already there. That's going to be the first defining factor. So when I was using the board, Rodney decided he wanted to try it with me. He's seen other people. You were at my circles, so he let me work it with other people. And he's like, you know what, I think I want to try it.
And?
And how did it go for you?
It was a colossal failure.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, initially.
What do you mean by that? Explain that.
we got gibberish. We got X, Q, N, P. They forgot vowels. There's vowels in words.
Yep.
And we did, I don't know, about 2 hours of nothing before my shoulders gave out and I said, this is enough. But I'm willing to try again and again and again. So it was somewhere around 6 or 8 sessions before we started to get words. Logical words, sentences. Well,
yeah, sentences and things that really made sense. It was in an orderly fashion as opposed to like letters all over the place. So I got to say, that happens in the beginning when you work with anybody. It happens with me, with anybody new I work with, because you're just learning to make your energy connect, get on the same wavelength, literally, and then also being able to connect with the energies you're bringing in. So that's important. But now, why I worked with Rodney? Because he had an interest in it. So number one, find somebody who's interested in using this tool.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And if it's just you alone, obviously you have your own interests, so you're good. But today we're really just talking about when you are working with a board partner. Because board partners will influence it. Let's say you're working with somebody and they're like, you know, I'm just not feeling good today, I'm sick. That's not the partner to work with that day. It might be a different partner. But the other thing I've learned too when I work with partners is if I work with them over time, the consistency of using the same partner, we tend to get together better messages and they start becoming more verbose and you start getting really information you can begin to trust more of, meaning you're going to get messages you can rely on that are going to come through that are going to be consistent. But that always takes time, and people ask me about that all the time. It takes time to get that as well. So the partner, it's really important. The partner's really important because let's say that partner too is like maybe, you know, not kind of where you are in terms of maybe your spirituality or even your growth on this board or this tool, how you want to use it. So make sure you guys have that the same, you know, that we did that for the intention. So that's
right. So what do you think about intelligence or preconceived notions for your board partner?
Are you asking, do you have to look at that when you pick a board partner?
Should you look at that?
Ah, great. Okay. So this is interesting, you guys. The guides talked to us once before, and you may remember this as well. They talked to us about, there's something they call heart intelligence. Your heart intelligence doesn't mean you have a smart heart, but what it means is that you're capable of getting in that space. And it depends who you want to communicate with, but we're talking about communicating with your guides and guardians and spirit guides and angels and things of that nature. But and even your deceased loved ones who have your best interest at heart, getting in that heart space. So a board partner, you can ask them questions such as, what do they think about this tool? How do they feel about it? Get back into the heart. What does it feel like to you? Are you excited to use it? Get into the emotions and find out where they are emotionally with this tool. Are they excited about it? Are they interested? Are they game? Are they feeling, like happy that they're going to use this tool with you? That helps build that heart intelligence. And so you connect on that level, and that helps you, you and your board partner to get far with this tool. So yes, that matters. Preconceived notions also matter because that's like your intent. So that's really important too. So pick a board partner too, along those lines that, you feel like you match. You're energetically, you're a good match. You get along well. You have that emotional connection, like you care about this person. They're your friend, they're your sister, they're your mother, they're your brother, something of that nature. Or you just really want to, you have the same idea of exploring the unseen realms together using this tool. And so you connect there. That helps your heart intelligence too. Pick somebody who's interested in using this tool, and somebody who has the excitement about it. Their energy is already high about using it. Now, I know it's not easy to find partners like that all the time. It's not always easy. Now, I've probably had over the years, oh my God, I could probably count them on maybe 1, 2, maybe 4 hands. And out of that, I would say maybe 1 handful and a half, maybe 10. I've had some really, really incredible partners. And what I mean by that, it's not judging them, it's judging our work together. So I was a good partner for them. They were a good partner for me. We both match each other, and so we've got great communications. Great communications to me means I'm getting a lot of sentences, I'm getting paragraphs, I'm getting pages, and the information I can validate, or we can have a great discourse with these beings, and they have interesting things to add, or they give us information that helps us in our life to grow and evolve spiritually. That's my focus, you guys know that. So for me, when I find people that I work with that are on that same wavelength, we have better success using this tool, and you've seen me use this with other people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And how that can work.
But I for my part, I enjoy what we do, where we go, the messages we get, and then how we're able to intertwine them with not only the past sessions, but intertwine them into the future and into our everyday lives.
Yeah, so it's applying the information we get and really using it in our lives, because it's really, for us, it's about developmental. By the way, my board sessions since end of '86, when I had a huge breakthrough, and I talk about it in the Spirits of Ouija book, but I've talked about it on many shows. But the big breakthrough came where I really said, this is not a toy, this is not a game, this is something serious. And I saw how it could be used as a wonderful tool, incredible tool to heal somebody from grief, loss, to evolve spiritually, to grow emotionally, to grow to your greatest self. So that's where I go with it, and that's the kind of beings I attract now since about that year. Also, it's important when you are working with different people that I think the most important thing would be trying to do it consistently with maybe 1 or 2 partners at the most. So when I work with people, I'm usually working with either 1 or 2 or 3 at the most. And right now I'm working with just a couple in and out. We'll work together. I have a brother, and one of my brothers does a board really well, and so when he visits, we get to use it together. Rodney, you're good. You're a good board partner. I think he knows that. We have a good match there in terms of our interest in it and excitement about the messages. That always helps. What else? What else about picking a board partner do you think is important? If you could think about it. I mean, you picked me to be your board partner when you first started.
Right, but I think it may be important, and you tell me, you've had an emotional connection on some level with each of your board partners. You didn't
Correct.
pick someone out of the blue and just say, here, sit here, and let's see if you're a good board partner.
Right.
So I
had some, like a relationship with them. We built, I have some friends that I met over the years that, and various different ways and different places I met them. But they came and they said, oh, I want to use this board with you, and let's try it. We got together and we really spent time, cover conversations together first before we just jumped on a board. So it really connected us. So that's a good point.
And
that it connects you first.
And I talked to a number of the friends that you had that you did it with.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of piqued my interest in the beginning.
Okay.
I said, well, that'd be neat to be able to get those kinds of messages.
Yeah. So.
And then we've gone.
Oh, it spirals,
yeah.
And so if you're going to pick a new board partner, and let's say you do a meetup group. People ask, where do I find board partners? Well, you can do a meetup group, or you can go to, you might go to a spiritual psychodevelopment class, and you meet people there who are interested in joining you, and then you just get to go out to coffee and talk to them first, get to know them, and say, hey, they have the same interest I have. It'll be so much easier if you get board partners that way, and also I find that for me, it worked really well with my family members. People that are, I'm close and I grew up with, that really helps too. So board partners, that's an important piece, that's an important key to this, because that's going to help you make or break the connection.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've seen and heard things that I never expected, I never thought I would, and it's been really quite a remarkable 3 years.
Yeah, well, that's great. So there you have it. You want to find somebody that you're going to connect with, that has the same interest you have, the same excitement about it, and wants to use this tool, and you build those intentions, build that connection, and start working the tool, and you're going to find you're going to have a great board partner. And again, if it's by yourself, you are your best board partner. Get to know yourself inside, get real centered and good with yourself, communicate with your internals by meditating, relaxing, find out what you're thinking within, and then making that connection. You're going to have great results. So thank you again for joining us today and watching the show. Subscribe, like, comment, leave your questions and comments below. How do you find your board partners? Down below. This was Creative Visions TV. I'm your host, Karen Dahlman, and this is my board partner, Rodney, the Ouija Whisperer. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.